What's going on, everybody? It is David Palmer, Leo King, and this is my show, Uncut Astrology, where I take off the mask and go deep behind the veil and give you this week's astrological forecast for the week of November 30th through December the 6th of 2016. Make sure you say rabbit, rabbit on December 1st. It always brings awesome luck. Now, I say this with, I was just going to say a heavy heart, but I'm not feeling too heavy because it's been 2 years every week I've been doing this video, and it is moving into the app next week. So this is the last time that this video will be on YouTube for free. I will actually do it if you can't afford the $5.99 a month for the app. You can buy it for $2 starting on YouTube. The other thing is I will be doing a short form weekly horoscope that will be on YouTube, which I'm just going to take the clips of this and put some text on it and throw it on YouTube. But don't go nowhere on YouTube with me because I'm going to be spending all of this channel on astrology topics, live videos, but more importantly, going more into the esoteric science of astrology, spirituality, and being able to use this channel as much more of a teaching mechanism. Horoscopes are all on the app, you know, and it's been a very difficult decision for me to make, but doing horoscopes on YouTube got me where I'm started, but it is advanced into the app, and I can give you so much better horoscopes on the app, and it's a way for me to make money doing horoscopes. So please, I know this is so hard. I did this to everybody. What was it? April of 2015, I moved my daily videos to the horoscope app, and everyone flipped out on YouTube on me and tried to bail out and everything, and then they ended up all staying here. Trust me, you're not going to want to leave. There'll be so much still content on YouTube here, it'll blow your mind. But I know that some people are going to be unhappy, or they say they can't afford the app for $5.99 a month. There's many options to get the app. It's on computer and everywhere. And so I wanted to say that before I went into this horoscope, that it's been quite a 2 years of doing this weekly video for you all on YouTube. And I hope that you follow me onto the Leo King app as this video has evolved there. And speaking of evolution, this week is very, well, weird. Neptune's involved. The sun's squaring Neptune. And so we could feel like hopeless at points, but with this optimism of, well, we got to get through this and we can get through this, you got to realize that the sun is in Sagittarius. This is a Jupiter-ruled sign. Sagittarius is Jupiter ruled, meaning options everywhere. And even with Neptune, which is ruled by Jupiter, you got to see that this square to Neptune and Sagittarius and Jupiter energy, it's both Jupiter ruled. There are so many options everywhere. So there's real no need to freak out when situations arise coming into this week, when everything's going to work out fine. But it can feel like you're going through the shithole sometimes. Sometimes it can feel like you're having to clean out an outhouse that just fell over and it literally just went all over the place and it landed all over your feet. You know, that's the North Node, which is in Virgo. And it's interesting that the sun has been squaring this spot. The new moon in Sagittarius coming into this week just squared this spot. So, you know, it could feel like major cleanup on aisle 5, you know, all the Prego fell off, but at the same time, it's like, you're looking at it like, how am I going to clean all this shit up? It's like, there's so many options. Number one, A, you might not even have to clean it. They might have some other person to clean it. B, I could give you 1,000 options. B, you could just get a hose out and hose it all off. C, you can hire somebody to do it. Whatever it is, you got to realize, like, in these moments that kind of present yourself where you feel a little hopeless, or things are going to work out maybe the way you want to, or there might be some hypersensitivity to a situation, there's a million ways to get out of it. So just know that coming into this week. The main thing, though, is the question of where life is going. It's not going to happen this week. It's going to happen next week. But next week, the sun will start its conjunction with Saturn. But this week, Mercury's at the galactic center point where it will be in shadow period, which means this is where Mercury is going to come at the end of its retrograde as we are at the beginning of the year and go direct. So this is going to be a place where Mercury is going to retrograde. Now, Mercury doesn't retrograde just yet, but Mercury goes into shadow at the galactic center point. Where is your destiny? Where is your life going? And the big adventure? And really this week, when you look at everything in this really weird shadow period here, And with Mars trining Jupiter, you know, there are so many options in where we can go, so many big breakthroughs. Just don't go down the old patterns, the old roads that you know you don't want to go down. This is a time where Neptune we could get, you know, kind of deceived or pulled into an old road or pulled into an old habit or pulled into an old way when you don't want to go there. That's the Prego falling off. That's the shit hole, you know, big outhouse falling over at Coachella all over you and smelling everything up. And you don't want that on yourself. You really don't. You've got to do the North Node of Virgo thing. You know what? It might be a little bit more boring. It might be a little bit more clean. It might be a little bit more work ethic involved. Might even mean helping other people or serving other people. But at the end of the day, you won't have shit all over you. And I think that's a good thing. And you will get everything you want to manifest. This week actually is pretty easy. It's the illusion that it's hard. It's easier than it all looks. Once you actually show up, I've been telling everybody this. This is the last major week of like big bang, go for where you want to go. Jupiter and Mars are trining. The sun's squaring the nodes, right? The new moon just happened. The square to Neptune, which is all an illusion anyways, and you get through that and you really start to come into the Sagittarius energy. Sun's on its way to Saturn, which is the new chapter and the big new thing. And Mercury comes into Capricorn to help you figure out a lot of things, even though it's in shadow. But the main thing is, use this energy right now because there's an adventure beginning. Many new directions, many new awesome ways. And with Jupiter and Mars in air signs, in Aquarius and Libra, really powerful relationships that are coming into our life. And which ones are the right ones on this destiny? Which ones are the exciting ones? Venus is still in Capricorn. So of course, you know, we've got to be very, I don't want to say strict, but we need to align. I always like Capricorn because it's all about aligning. We need to align with people that are on the right course with us and not be with people that, sure, it might be emotionally great, but you know, maybe it's not the best for you in the long run. That's kind of where things are at right now. Where is the best for you in the long run? And it could feel like, man, you've got like 1,000 choices right now. You could feel like you're in the biggest SAT test of your life, and there's like 6,000 different choices, multiple choice, and they're only allowing you a couple. And it's like, oh gosh. And this is where you can feel like, well, F that, I don't want to look at all this stuff. You've got to not get caught up in that this week. Anything could happen, and things can show up that you never believed would happen. If you can't believe it, it probably is true. That's what's so weird about this energy this week. It's the things that you don't believe will happen are happening in order to open up you to a world that you never perceived even possible. But what the best part about this is that you are supported. This is Jupiter-ruled energy everywhere. Everything's going to be kosher and fine, no matter how shitty it might seem. It all turns out beautifully. It all comes together fine. It all is okay. So why trip out? We could be strict on ourselves. We could be lost when really we're lost in the illusion of fear. We're lost in the illusion of irrational fear. Not even fear like I'm gonna die, but pathetic fear. Fears that really, when you look at it, you go, oh my gosh, yeah, it is a little crazy. And you know what? Sun square Neptune can be like, I'm going crazy. But you know, you're gonna notice that you from Wednesday and then on, it just is so much easier the whole time. So really the peak was this new moon that happened, you know, Monday, Tuesday of crazy weirdness. And then, you know, Wednesday is the Sun square Neptune kind of facing it all and then facing the last bit of irrational fear. But after that, it's just all open doors. Jupiter, Mars ready to go. There's a lot of power. There's a lot of greatness. There's a lot of doors opening. There's a lot of you seeing higher, ascending to better places in your life. And so this week, do not trip out. Do not get caught up in that. And stay on target with things that align with you in the best way. And don't get caught up in old stories or things that just emotionally trap you, that don't get you to where you should go and that are connected to the past or connected to things that you know aren't going to work out. That could be a hard thing to deal with. Overall though, pretty mellow week, And what an interesting way for me to kind of end things doing the Uncut for you on YouTube. Of course, it'll still be here. You can buy it for $2 every week, or you could just get it as part of the app for only $5.99 a month. If you buy a 6-month subscription, $7.99 for a 3-month subscription, and $9.99 a month if you can only do monthly. So that's how I'm doing it. I can't wait to be doing all the new stuff I'll be doing here on YouTube. I can now separate horoscopes and astrology and make this channel much more astrologically fun, much more astrologically deep, and do the horoscope stuff on the app. But of course, all that stuff will go on the app as well, whatever I do here. So the app's pretty much everything you could ever dream of, with daily notifications and so forth. Anyway, I appreciate you so much. Believe it or not, you're going to think this week is much far greater than you realize. Even Saturn and Jupiter are starting to sextile. We're going to talk about that next week. Everything is fine. It's the illusion of you thinking it's not. It's you freaking yourself out. It's literally you becoming your own schizophrenic to yourself. And you don't need meds to fix this, believe it or not. You can fix yourself by just looking at positivity and realizing that you are supported everywhere. And might trip you out a little bit. Thanks you so much for all the support. I hope that I see you on the Leo King app, theLeoKingApp.com. And thank you so much for letting me serve you. Talk to you guys later.